Hello friends, in this lecture we will see branching and looping statements. So before going to branching statements, let us understand some simple words or concepts like sequential execution and what is branching and what is looping. So sequential execution is nothing but executing the statements sequentially. It means that in our program statements are lines will be one by one. So executing these statements one by one or line by line in a sequential order, one by one. After the first statement execute the second statement, after that execute the third statement, and then fourth statement, like this continuously. If we are executing the statements, then it is called as sequential execution. Then what is branching? Branching is nothing but skipping a set of statements depending on some conditions and continuing the execution from some other point. See, in this sequential execution you can observe here I have written line number 1 2 3 4 5 like this continuously. If we are executing, then it is sequential execution. Suppose after execution of first statement you execute second statement, then you execute a third statement, and if you don't want to execute a fourth statement and if you want to execute directly fifth statement, this process is called as branching. Skipping a statement or set of statements depending on some conditions and continuing the execution from some other point is called as branching. Then what is looping? Repeating a set of statements for a particular number of times or until that condition is true, that is nothing but looping. Repeatedly executing some set of statements is nothing but looping. And here one way selection, two way selection, and multi way selection, these terms you should understand. Sometimes in exams you will be asked the meaning of these terms. One way selection is nothing but there will be only one set of statements will be there, and based on the condition you will execute that set of statements or else you will skip that set of statements. The best example for one way selection statements is if statement. So only one set of statements will be there. If you want to execute, you execute it, or else you will jump to last line of that statement. After that last line, whatever the next statement or next line is there, from there onwards you will start your execution. That is one way selection. And two way selection, as its name itself is there, in front of you two options are there. So it means that two sets of statements will be there. The either you will execute the first statement or else second set of statements. You will not execute both of them, or else you will skip first set of statement, or else you will skip second set of statements. You cannot skip both of them. That is nothing but two way selection statements. Best example is called as if else statement. Okay? If the condition is true, then one set of statements will be executed. If the condition is false, then another set of statements will be executed. We can select either first set or second set of statements. Therefore this method is a selection of statements for execution is called as a two-way selection. Multi-way selection means there will be multiple number of set of statements will be there, and you will execute any number of or one set of statements among those multiple number of statements. Best examples is nested if else. Okay. So next we will see some conditional decision making statements, or they are also called as control statements. So here four types of decision making statements or control statements are there. First one is if statement, second one is if else statement, third is nested if else statement, fourth is cascaded cascaded if else statement. So here we are going to see uh, one by one. Now we will start with the first statement, that is if statement. So which is a best example for one way selection. So here syntax is there like this: small letter if, that is if, and in parenthesis we should write the condition. If this condition is true, then we will enter inside this set of statements, and we will start execution of statements one by one. Suppose if this condition is false, then we will not enter inside this if statement. We will execute the next statement of this closed brace. Okay, and if is a keyword in this syntax, and condition is it may be any relational expression or logical expression which always gives us the result either true or false. Then if this condition is true, then statements will be executed. If the condition is false, then statements will not be executed. And this statement may be single or multiple statement. If the statement is only one statement, then open brace and close brace can be removed. If the multiple statements are there to be executed, if the condition is true, then compulsorily we have to use open brace and close brace. And if there is one statement, then braces are optional. Okay. Yeah, so multiple statements will be enclosed within a pair of braces, and if there is only one statement, then braces are optional. So here example for multiple statements is here, that is if a is greater than b, then you have to execute these two printf statements. So if the statements are only a single statement, examples here I have written: if a is greater than b, you will execute only one statement, printf statement, that is a is greater than b. So here if you observe, we have removed open brace and close brace. If you want to use, you can use the open brace and close brace, no problem. The condition must be placed within the parenthesis, otherwise it will be a syntax error. And semicolon is not required at the end of the if statement. Please remember this point, very important point. All of you may make this mistake during execution of program, that is a semicolon should not be placed at the end of the if statement. Okay, so please strictly follow this syntax. Okay, after the condition I have not used any semicolon there, only I put semicolons after the completion of statements. Okay, so don't use a semicolon at the end of if statement. Semicolon is not required at the end of if statement, otherwise compiler will treat it as a null statement and the next statement will not be executed. Okay, as semicolon is doing do nothing. Semicolon actually its meaning is do nothing, or it is a end of a statement. Okay, and the corresponding braces should match here. If you are using a open brace, the closing brace also should be one brace only. Closing bracket or brace should not be square bracket. Okay, so best example for if statement is the program to find biggest of two numbers, hash include stdio.h, int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5. So open the main function, then if a is greater than b, of course the condition is true here because a value is 10 and b value is 5. If this condition is true, we will control will enter inside the if statement. Inside the if statement there is only one printf statement is there, that is a is greater than b. Then since there is only one statement is there, these open brace and close brace can be removed, or if you want to use, you can use it. And next statement is there: if b is greater than a, this condition will be false, so printf statement will not be executed here, that is b is greater than a statement will not be executed, and directly control will come to the close of main function. Okay, one more best example is the program to find even number or odd number, hash include stdio.h, int number is equal to 5. this number 5 is a odd number, so you check this. How the simple logic is, you just divide that 2 by divide that number by 2, and if you are getting the remainder as 0, then the number is even, and if you are not getting the remainder as 0, then it is a odd number. If number modulus operator or percentage symbol 2 is equal to 0, it means that you are comparing the remainder of number when it is divided by 2 is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then the number is even, and if number percentage 2 is not equal to 0, if this condition is true, then you will print one more message, that is number is odd number. So one more best example is to find out whether the given number is positive or negative. Hash include stdio.h int number is equal to 5, open the main function, then if a number is greater than 0, then print this statement, printf statement, that is number is positive, or else if a number is less than 0, then print this statement, that is number is negative. Okay, and close the main function. Flowchart is like this. By observing this flowchart, you will easily understand this flow of if statement. The arrow mark is coming to one rhombus or a diamond. In diamond, always we check the conditions. So here I have written if condition question mark. This condition may be true or false. The true true arrow mark is coming to execution of statement 1 to statement n, and if this condition is false, then the flowchart will directly go to, or control will directly go and execute a next statement, which is after the closing brace of if statements, then that execution will be continued. Okay, and here you should understand mainly the difference between assignment operator equal and logical equality operator double equal. The difference between these two operators we are going to see now. See, this assignment operator equal mark, the purpose of this equal mark is for assigning some values to variables, and it is called as assignment operator, and it has associativity from right to left. So because of that only, whatever the RHS value is there, it will always assign to the variable which is written at the left side of this assignment operator. And double equal is for comparing purpose, so it is a relational operator. Since it is a relational operator, it gives us the values either true or false. This is the main difference. When we check the conditions, we should not use a single equal mark, we should always use double equal mark, that is a relational operator. Okay, and example is for computing area of square or area of rectangle is here, that is area is equal to length into breadth. Since it is assignment operator, so length and breadth first it will be calculated, and whatever the value we get, that value will be assigned to area. But in next example, we used a double equal mark here. Area is equal to length into breadth. It means that already we know the value of area also, and already we know the value of length into breadth. So we are comparing LHS with RHS. If both are same, or whether both of them are not same. If both of them are same, then we will get a true value, and if both of them are not same, then we will get a false value. Okay, so if you write the condition in parenthesis like this, if discriminant or disk is equal to 0, then it is going to give you one logical error or semantic error. So always we should use a double equal mark inside a if statement, because in if statement we are checking the condition. The result of that condition should be always either true or false. So here if disk is equal to 0, then there will be no any type of error. In next lecture we will see the execution of if else statement.